Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having an amazing day. Guys, in this video I want to talk about the new update that is coming up, new changes for Siege, new changes for Chimera, couple of quality of life improvements. I've already watched the video, but we're going to watch it again one more time, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on it. If you want to watch this video, I'll put it in the description below. Most of you probably already seen it. But yeah, let's dive into it.
It's time for another sneak peek video where we're taking a look at what's coming in update 10.55. There's lots to unpack here, so sit back, enjoy, and let's get into it. First up are several expansions to Siege. Your clan fortresses are getting major upgrades with additional building levels, more garrison slots, and a brand new defensive mechanic called traps. If you're a new player and you're wondering what Siege even is, go check out the dedicated Siege videos. We'll put the links on screen for you. Now, back to the specifics. All upgradable buildings in your clan fortress can now reach level 6 with expanded garrison slots to house more defense teams. Quick important note though, upgrading buildings from levels 4 to 6 will cost more, as will repairs for these structures. However, there's good news too. More slots mean more florins for fighting through buildings. You'll earn more mana orbs when you successfully protect your stronghold and mana shrines that are level 4 or higher. Same goes for attacking. You'll get opportunities to earn more mana orbs for rebattling enemy teams in higher level shrines you've captured, since there are more teams to fight. The other major addition coming to Siege is traps. Players can install them using florins and mana orbs, but let's find out why you're going to want them first. Traps work in different ways, from concealing a single champion on the defense team to applying irresistible debuffs or even punishing attackers who attempt to place buffs on their first turn. They can turn the tide of battle and make a real difference to your defense. Traps can only be placed in magic and defense towers, and only if those towers are fully operational.
So yeah, this is actually pretty nice. It's nice that they add something like this to Siege, because then you can't really prepare for it, right? You kind of have to just deal with it once you face it. This is kind of interesting. This makes the whole battle more interesting, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's also going to be more work for the clan leaders, right? It's going to be a bigger commitment. It already is a huge commitment to do this properly, to plan everything out, to strategize, to, set up the posts and everything, know your clan members' roster, who has what champions, how strong, what are the builds, how do you combine them into the posts. So it's already a lot of work, and I think those traps are just adding more to it. That's probably the downside of it, but yeah, we will see. So pretty interesting. I'm very curious how this will affect the next Siege battles. The clan that I'm in, Conquest, we have been undefeated in Siege. If you want to check out my recent video from the last Siege, that was actually a pretty tough one. But yeah, it's good that you can only add those traps to the magic and defense towers. So it's not that bad, but still, it just means more work. You need more time to plan out the sieges properly. And yeah, let's keep on watching.
No repairs outstanding. At the start of a new siege, each eligible building receives up to 3 randomized trap options. The total number of traps a clan can deploy depends on the level of the clan's stronghold, ranging from 2 traps up to a maximum of 18. Any clan member can choose a trap, but it can only be applied to their defense team, and they're limited to 1 trap per siege. Each tower can only have a maximum of 2 traps installed. Once a siege begins, active traps will become visible as soon as the attacking team uncovers the garrison slots where those traps are placed. However, here's a tip for you. Only the first attackers who engages a defense team equipped with the trap will suffer the negative consequences. If they win anyway, great news. However, if things are looking bleak, your clan could always nominate someone to intentionally trigger the trap before sending someone more powerful in to safely clear out the defense team lying in wait. But what if a clanmate sets up a trap, fumbles it, and then can't log back in to fix things before the prep phase ends? No worries. We've got you covered. One of the quality of life improvements coming out with 10.55 will enable clan leaders to remove any misplaced traps or defense teams during the prep.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of quality of life, I guess, but it's exactly what I said. It's just more work for the clan leaders. It's kind of weird that you can like just trigger the trap with, you know, a level 1 or whatever, then use your rebattle scroll and do your thing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about these traps. I guess we will see how it will affect the sieges once it's live.
Phase. If this happens, affected players will get their resources back, and they'll get a notification on the Clan Fortress page. Oh, and there are no restrictions for affected players either. They can immediately set new traps or assign champions to defense teams like nothing happened. And lastly for Siege, we're introducing 2 new Siege tiers. Progression will work a bit differently. Once your clan accumulates enough Siege points, you'll enter Tier 7 automatically. To get into Tier 8, your clan must win the next siege using at least 30 attack scrolls. If your clan fails on either of these fronts, you'll be demoted back down a tier. Even if you lose, you'll still earn siege points, so ensuring you have the required amount to bounce right back into Tier 7 is as easy as winning a siege. You'll want to put the effort in. You can get mythical gear rewards, as well as extra clan points, unique avatar frames, and valuable crafting materials to get relics from the clan group.
So this is actually pretty nice that they add additional rewards to the clan sieges. I still don't think it's enough, like 50 legendary crafting material. That's like half a craft. Like, I don't know, every 2 sieges you get 1 legendary craft if you win in those from those, you know, higher tiers now. I don't know if that's good enough because of the amount of effort you have to put in to plan out those sieges and so on. I also interviewed my clan leader a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, it's a huge amount of work for really a low amount of rewards. I mean, it's good that they add more rewards, but I still don't think it's enough. I think they should add at least like, you know, at least double the amount of the relic crafting materials for winning a siege. That's just my opinion.
Group. Okay, next up, we're talking balance changes to Telleria's newest monstrous foe, the Chimera. The full numbers and breakdown will be available in the release notes, so we'll keep it brief here.
So this is where it gets interesting for me personally, because I have been waiting for some changes for the Chimera since forever. It's good that they are finally doing it now, but it's like over half a year later since the release, and this is like the first time they are tweaking Chimera a little bit here and there. Not only a little bit, it's actually pretty huge changes. And yeah, we're going to talk about it in a second, so let's keep watching.
First up, the Ram form is getting a nerf. It'll now reflect less damage while under fear debuffs, and if it's under a true fear, it won't reflect any damage at all.
Finally. The reflect damage on the Ram form was so toxic, it was probably the worst thing about Chimera. It made it so much harder to complete those trials or to do anything on the Ram form, really, unless you have block damage or unkillable on your champions. But you know, not a lot of champions can do that, and most of them don't really contribute anything else for the trials or whatever, and are not really performing well in Chimera. So there are really only a few choices there were a few choices for block damage, and I still think it's gonna be good. But now you can just use a true fear champion. Like here in this video, you can see Mashaled, and he has a 2-turn True Fear skill, gets an extra turn, and then hits. So he basically places the True Fear, then does damage. So that's, I think he's gonna be really good for Chimera now. I've already seen him being used here and there, but now I think he becomes way better. But there are also a few other options. I mean, Nail now is becoming also very, very solid for Chimera with the True Fear on the A1, right? It's basically like Lydia. She can do the decreased defense and weaken as well, same like Lydia. The only difference that she doesn't have the block active skills, but maybe you have another champion that can do it and place the True Fear with her A1. So that is amazing, really. To have a True Fear on the A1, I think Nail is becoming better and better. First with the Poison Relic for Arena, now with this True Fear change for the Chimera, I think Nail is a top tier Chimera champion right now, or as soon as the update goes live. Now the second form doesn't really do anything better than the first form, I guess. Maybe it does, does a little bit more damage. But I don't know if you want to build her for that. I'm curious to see what people will do with Nail now, since the True Fear becomes so much more viable for the ramp form. But yeah, even Alaz or Kurosa are becoming way better now. But yeah, mostly it's going to be mythicals, obviously, that are going to shine here now with these changes. Now, I don't know how the reflect damage is going to look like with like normal fear debuffs, since, I'm using Lydia and she puts up the fear, like the normal fear, not the true fear. And I wonder how big the reflect damage will be. Will it be like 50% less? And then I'm wondering if my damage dealer will still kill himself with 50% less reflect damage. I don't know. We will probably see, but another thing you could do if you're using a champion that puts out the normal fear, not the true fear, you could theoretically use Nature's Bounty, the blessing, right? It's a rare blessing that has a potential, like a chance to convert a smaller debuff to a bigger version. So that might work actually, but then again, it's, RNG heavy, but better than nothing, I guess. I'm very happy about this change. I think they should have done it months ago, but at least they're doing it now. So let's keep watching.
That's not everything. The Lockhorn's passive will now only increase the Chimera's turn meter by 25% instead of 50% when a skill fails to activate thanks to a fear debuff.
Now, this is probably the second most annoying thing about the RAM form, because you kind of like get punished for getting the RAM form under control, right? So if you place that fear and true fear, like, I don't know how many times I wasn't able to complete my trials on the RAM form because of this turn meter increase. The problem is you just lose so much time. 50% turn meter is a lot. That's crazy. If you have the fear on the RAM form every turn and it procs every time, that means that you kind of like only have half of the time that you would normally have to do damage or complete trials, and it's almost impossible if it procs every single time. And I'm using Lydia, which has a fear debuff on the A1, so I most of the time have the fear debuff on the RAM form. So it's really punishing you for basically doing what you're supposed to do on this RAM form. And in my opinion, this turn meter increase should be removed completely. I don't think it's fair. I don't think it should be doing this at all. At least now it's less. 25% is not as bad as 50%. 50% was really crucial. It could mess up your run easily. 25%, yeah, we might be able to deal with it. It definitely feels better, but we will see. Curious how it's gonna play out once it's live.
Oh, and we're having the dual HP bar for good measure. With all that said,
that's also one thing that they should have changed a long time ago. The dual bar on Ultra Nightmare, it's like almost 12 million damage, and it was impossible. I don't know if anybody did it on Ultra Nightmare ever. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody completing this, like depleting the dual bar on Ultra Nightmare, 12 million damage with reflect, with reflecting damage. So your nuker most of the time dies anyway. That was insane and impossible. At least I don't know anybody that was able to complete it. Maybe there were some, like a handful of people, but I don't think so actually. So yeah, this is good that they are decreasing the dual bar, which means it makes it more realistic to complete it now, especially with the true fear change as well, that we can like minimize or completely get rid of the reflect damage and then only have to do half the damage for the depleting the dual bar trial. That makes it more realistic, and I think it should be doable now.
Don't get comfortable. the ram form's accuracy is getting a buff, meaning your champions will find it harder to resist debuffs.
Okay, so the accuracy is going to be increased on the ram form. So here you can see the stats from the Chimera forms. On Ultra Nightmare, it doesn't really matter what rotation it is. The stats are always the same. The only thing that changes are the affinities. So as of now, the ram form has 450 resistance and 400 accuracy, which means you need, you know, like 500 plus resistance for you to resist those debuffs. But to be honest, in my case, I'm not really worried about the accuracy because I'm not trying to resist them anyway, because I'm trying to block them with like protected block debuffs. I wonder how much they are going to increase the accuracy, because Viper form has 450, Chimera, the Lion form has 425. Are they going to bring it to the Viper form level or higher than that? I don't know. They're not saying it in this video, so I don't really know what to expect. But I kind of feel like they're going to make the ram form have the highest accuracy, maybe like 475 or even 500, but we will see. I don't think this will affect us that much because you can just block those debuffs with protected buffs.
While the ram form may be getting more tame, the lion form is going in the other direction. We're increasing its base attack and giving it a guaranteed AoE attack with its Shred Reality skill.
Alright, so the lion form is getting buffed. The ram form got nerfed 100%. That was a good change, a good nerf. I think it was necessary, should have been done a long time ago. Now the lion form is getting a buff. I don't know how to feel about this, but let's take a closer look first. So again, if we are looking at the stats, the lion form has the highest attack already, like 19,000 attack. That's a lot. That's a crazy amount of attack, right? So they are increasing this amount of attack even more. Then they said the Shred Reality will have a guaranteed AoE attack. Right now, it's a free hitter on a single target. The first hit places decreased defense, the second hit weaken, and the third hit applies debuff spread. And then the lion form attacks all enemies except the initial target if they are under decreased defense or weakened debuffs. So basically it was super conditional. You were able to block these decreased defense and weakened debuff spreads with block debuffs. You couldn't block it on the initial target because it ignores any block buffs, but the debuff spread you were able to block. So how I understand it now, it will be a guaranteed AoE attack. Doesn't matter if it's going to spread the decrease, like if the decreased defense or weaken is landed on the enemies. So it's going to be an AoE attack anyway. Doesn't matter what these free hits do. And I think that's a good change because we have this shield trial on the lion form where we have to tank a certain amount of damage. And right now it almost feels impossible because the lion form is not hitting hard enough, basically. The lion form is not dealing enough damage to complete this trial. I don't remember how much damage it was, a couple of million damage that we need to tank while under shield buffs, or we need to absorb a certain amount of damage with the shield buffs. And right now it's not possible. So that they're increasing the damage of the lion form is good. But in my opinion, the better way to do this, to adjust this, would be to decrease the amount of damage that needs to be absorbed. Maybe they will do both, who knows? But let's keep on watching.
Plus, the second hit from Atomizing Roar will now ignore defense. Make way for the...
Okay, the second hit of Atomizing Roar will ignore defense. Atomizing Roar already ignores 50% of the target's defense, will ignore an additional 10% of the target's defense for each debuff removed by this skill. So if you have decreased attack on the lion form, this skill right now ignores 60% of the target's defense. So I guess once this goes live, the skill will ignore 100% defense. Is that what they said? I think that's how it's going to be. And I hope this will not hit too hard. I hope this doesn't hit too hard now. Overall, I think this will help to complete this shield trial, but I think it's a little bit too much. It feels like too much. Ignoring 100% defense and increasing the attack and everything. Like it feels like they're doing too much here, but we will see.
Apex Predator. It's not just the Chimera itself getting a tweak. We're also adjusting several trials to make them a little easier for you to complete.
That's also pretty nice. They're adjusting trials. I don't know. They're not saying which trials exactly. I don't know what difficulty this is. This seems like a low difficulty. It's definitely not Ultra Nightmare, not Nightmare. It's something lower. So I don't know what they are going to adjust. They're showing the Viper form trials here and the line form trials. Hopefully they're going to adjust the poison trial. That's probably also one that needs a little tweak in my opinion, because you only have 4 turns to do this poison damage and it's really hard to do. So I was kind of hoping that they are going to bring a change for this trial as well. Maybe just lower the damage a little bit that we need to do with poisons by like 50k or something. Make it 200k on Ultra Nightmare, and then it should be fair, in my opinion.
Let's dive into a slew of quality of life improvements we've got coming.
So yeah, overall, I think this is going to be a good change for the Chimera. Should have, like I said, should have been done maybe like 3-4 months ago. I wish they would do this more frequently, just tweak those things a little bit and make it a little bit more enjoyable and realistic, because we had it now for over half a year that some of these trials were just not possible to complete. And it was known, everybody was saying it, everybody knows it, but it took them so long to change it. And I wish they would do things like this more frequently, so we don't have to struggle for months and months and months until they change those things. So yeah, let's take a look at the quality of life improvements.
10.55. For starters, champions in the vault will be available as food for the instant rank up feature in the tavern. We're also introducing a new commission.
So I don't know how to feel about this instant upgrade thing. I think this whole system here needs a rework. I don't think it's very practical, especially with these 6 slots here. You know, if you are upgrading a champion, they should just allow us to feed as many champions as we want. Why do I have to click 6 times to level up a champion? Or like, if you like, some people, they're pulling so many champions, they're feeding their rares to their, you know, legendary champions or whatever, and they have to click through every single rare if they want to make space. Just give us like one window where we can add as many champions as we want, that we want to feed to one champion. That would be like the best decision in my opinion.
0.55. For starters, champions in the vault will be available as food for the instant rank up feature in the tavern. We're also introducing a new commission option in the Faction Guardians tab. You'll be able to commission champions that are assigned to a Faction Guardian chamber, and that'll permanently grant you that chamber's bonus. Those champions will be entirely removed as they would be when sacrificed for a rank up, but it's a great way to clear out some clutter from your collection. Next up, we're introducing the option to refresh certain advanced quests if you don't like the look of them. You'll only get 1 refresh per day, but it can make the difference between completing them all or not.
That is actually pretty cool. I'm curious, can we only reset what, like, is it the, like, I only see 1 refresh button here, so it's probably this specific quest that we can refresh. What was it? Let me see one more time.
Option to refresh certain advanced quests if you don't like the look of them.
Use 6 fortress keys. I hope it's the same one that would be like defeat a Faction Wars boss, but yeah, we will see.
You'll only get 1 refresh per day, but it can make the difference between completing them all or not. Speaking of quests, we're also simplifying one of the clan quests. Instead of surviving 150 turns against the Hydra, you'll now only need to hold the line for 100. Whew. And finally, we're updating the battle info for all clan bosses. The chest rewards tab will now clearly indicate if the damage you've dealt is sufficient to claim one of the chests. We're almost done here, but before we wrap things up,
I don't know.
let's take a peek.
This one feels a little bit weird. I don't know. Like, who cares? Like, clan boss. I think most people kind of have this, notice from the top of their head. So, I mean, it does, maybe for newer players, this is good, but such an unnecessary change after like 6 years of the Demon Lord.
At some of the awesome new champions coming with 10.55. We have an avian-themed banner lord who belongs to Androck the Glorious's famed Knights of the Wild.
The new fusion, in my opinion, a must-do one. He's good enough to go for. I think it's going to be amazing for everyone. End game, mid game, late game, new players. So he's amazing.
And several other mighty champions to join.
All right, new champions. Can't wait to see what they're doing.
Along with him. And that's everything for today. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this sneak.
Okay, so yeah, I think overall, pretty nice changes. Like I said, I wish they would do this more frequently, maybe like every 3 months instead of every 6. That would be amazing. But other than that, I'm happy that they're tweaking things and changing things and updating things, which makes totally sense. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about those changes. Do you like them? Do you dislike them? How do you think it's going to affect, the Chimera, the Ram form, Lion form, and so on? How do you feel about the siege changes? What is your favorite part about this update? And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please subscribe to the channel and also hit the thumbs up, and see you in the next one.